Hey, what's up, guys? Wanted to go over some information I shared with an investor yesterday. He was like, how do I get started investing in multifamily property? And I thought it was a good thing to have a conversation with you guys about. He'll probably see this too because it was a good combo. Everyone asked that. How do I get started investing in multifamily? So here we go. Um, the first thing, and it always seems like I start off every video like this, but it's so important, is like you have to make the commitment that this is where you are going. You 100%. You can't kind of like play the multifamily game. Like if you're going to invest money into multifamily, you got to make a commitment. So number one is you got to commit. So when you know that this is where you're going 100%, you're like, hey, all my time, money, energy, resources, I'm going to become a multifamily investor. I'm going to put all my money into multifamily. Once you make that level of commitment, then you stop looking at other things. You don't make sense for anything. You become unreasonable. That's how I am with my stuff. So from that position, it's like even when I was talking to him, he had some single family houses. He had, I think it was like 6 houses or whatever it was. And I was like, cool. So how liquid are you? And he was like, not liquid, but I have equity. I'm like, how much equity do you have? He's like 600 grand. So got it. So 100%, you have $600,000 to start. I was like, dude, you have more money to start than when I did. And he has these houses. And I was like, okay, what's the cash flow from the houses? He was like, 4,800 bucks a month. 4,800 bucks a month. Boom. So, times 12. And I'll get into the calculator stuff. So times 12 months. Let's just use that. That's probably a round number. But he said he has 600,000 equity, and he had $4,800 coming in a month. That's great cash flow from single family houses. I told him, I was like, dude, look, you aren't gonna always get a lot of cash flow, a lot of big hunks of cash flow. You're gonna get more rent from a house than you will from an apartment, but you get scale from multifamily if you're talking about investing money. So my conversation with him was maybe a hard conversation, but I had to do this stuff. I only tell people through my experience. Sell this, get your 600K out if you can, and then take your 600, and 600,000 will get you about 1.8 million to, let's say, 2.4 million worth of real estate, right? That makes sense because now you're 3 to 4 times your money. That's a realistic thing. 2.4 million to 1.8 million, let's just say 2 million to 2.4 million dollars of multifamily property. He's in Texas. And I was telling him, on the average, dude, I think you'll probably come across, I don't know, you might be able to get anywhere from 20 to 32 units in Austin and or around it, right? So that makes sense to do that. So your 600,000 turns into $2 million, one fell swoop, right? And even though he's making good cash flow on his equity, he's making money on his equity, right? He didn't have to earn that equity because he has tenants and stuff like that. It just continued to build from being in single family. That I'd rather take 600,000, and that 600,000 buys me $2 million worth of real estate. And that $2 million worth of real estate pays me cash flow. I got appreciation on the 2 million, right? Plus I got all the tax benefits of an apartment, of a multifamily property. That's different because think about it like this. If he were to, and I didn't get a chance to show him this, but I want to share this with you guys so you get my thought process, right? So let's say he takes his 600K, right? He takes 600,000 and he buys a $600,000 property extra. And this goes up by 10%. Cool, 600,000, 10%. He'll make 60K on that money. If it went up 10, his 6,000 went 60%. Now, if he bought a $2 million apartment building, that went up 10%, he would make 200K on his money, right? That's crazy because now his 600,000 went up by, what is that? Almost 3.5 times. 3.5 times. I'd rather get a return on the 10%. I'd rather get a $200,000 if my value went up 10% on 2 million than if my value only went up 10% on 600,000. I'd only make 60,000. This is way more. That's like 3.5% more of a return on your money if you were to do it that way. That alone makes it more important to me to make a commitment to go, dude, I'm going into multifamily. I'm going to take what I have. I'm going to sell it. That's how you raise money, guys. You either sell it or you go and you get partners or you invest, or, which is what I also told him, you can actually take, you don't have to take all your money. Fastest way to get where you want to go, you can do it yourself. You do it, right? You do it. I'll just write a you so you get it. You can do it, or you can invest. You can invest with somebody else, invest money, and you can ride on their coattails because they're already going to get it. So it's like fastest way to 100 units or more is to invest money with somebody who already has it or they're buying it. Guys like myself, Bell Capital, you get the opportunity to be a partner, right? That's how that's how investing in multifamily. You don't have to own it. You can do it, like I said, do it yourself or invest with somebody else who's doing it. Or the other way to do that, you can invest in a REIT. Now, you can invest in a REIT, but you don't actually own any real estate. You own shares of the company that owns the real estate. You don't get the full tax benefits. You don't get a partnership, K1. You have to write off your own stuff. You don't get full depreciation or anything like that. So it's a little bit different when you're doing that, but these are your options. You do it, invest with somebody else, invest your money in a REIT. Now, if you aren't committed to actually doing this, where were we? This is everybody's problem getting started. If you aren't 100% committed, 100% committed to this, it's really hard to go and sell what you got to get the money to leapfrog into the other deal, right? Because everyone's like, this is equity, right? Nobody wants to let go of this, but you're going to get this anyways. You're going to get cash flow from your multifamily properties, right? But if he were to do something like that, sharing that with anybody, you sell what you have or you go raise it from other investors. But if you have money to do that, then go sell what you have and you can still go get more money from investors. Because let's say he were to do that same thing, take his 600,000, which is what I've had to do, sell my stuff or go and do the sweat equity, which is how the money came up. Then he takes it, which is what I told him, you take 600K, you go find 5 other people with 600K. Now you got 3 million. 3 million. 3 million buys you 15 million, right? Somewhere 12. Let's go 12. 3 million buys you $12 million in multifamily assets. That's with debt, right? So that's the difference. Now this goes up by 10%. So that 12 million now here, boom, you and your partners have 30% increase on your money, not the 10% on what you would have had the other way around. So when I go through those things, I'm always like aware. I'm like, look, how does this thing make sense? How do I make sense of like, look, I'm going to sell what I got and I'm going to go and invest in something that's triple or quadruple my money, right? When we look at deals for Bell Capital, I'm always like, cool. If we raised through our investors, we all came together, 50 million. We raised $50 million. We all collectively did that. That'll buy $150 million worth of real estate. Right? If that pays us 5% on our money, on our 50 million every year, right? That's what? 2.5 million times 10 years. At 10 years, times 10 years, that's boom, 225 million. We already got half of our money back just through cash flow. That makes sense to me. I'm like, dude, I'm going to get half my money back through cash flow over the next decade. Me and my partners distributed all this evenly. Then over time, because we can't assume that we're not going to raise the rents or rents aren't going to continue to increase. But let's say they increase by 5% on our money, right? That's another 5%, 2.5 million in increased income. That's increased income or money. Boom. Right? So we have that. So now we got our 25 million. And let's say we did that for 5 years, not 10. 5 years. I'll make sure my math is good because I don't have my background. Making sure my math is good. I know what it is, but 2.5, just so you guys are stay with me, times 5 years, another 12, right? Another 12 million, 12.5. 12.5. Boom. Now we're at 70. Was that 70? Or I'm sorry, not 70. Yeah, 7. 5. Boom. Boom. 37. We made $37 million just in cash flow. The 37 million. Let's just cut it back. 37 million bucks just on our cash flow, right? That is the power of investing money in multifamily and trying to go to scale. Two, trying to get, it doesn't matter about the zeros. You can drop zeros, add zeros, doesn't matter. The math is always going to be the same. Right. And then later when we sell, and this is for the guy, you do the same thing with your $1.8 million property, $2 million property, $10 million property, doesn't matter. When you go to sell, the goal when you sell, if we have $50 million in the deal, boom, at sell, when we sell, right? I want to make sure that we actually get our $50 million back. Boom. Plus another 50 million. I want to double on our money. Now the goal is naturally to do more than that. If we can actually get another 50 million, which is what I've done, I've hit triples, but for the sake of argument, so we get our 50 million, that's 100 million. 100 million plus, what was that last number? 37. We made 137 million on 50 million. Like, this is where the money really is. But when you're committed to that, you get it, right? I think that's what a 200 and we'll do 137, 50. That's a 270, 274% on our money. Our 50 million turned into 137 million over 10 years. That is the power of how this works. But you won't ever get there if you're not committed. See, I'm committed. I'm building everything around this thing. And I was sharing that with the guy. I'm like, dude, look, you got 600 grand. Dump those single family houses. There's no security in them. If you lose a tenant, you're 100% down. Now you're running back to fill it. Even if it's, I tell this as a joke, but you guys will get it when I say it. You can't have a wife and a girlfriend. It doesn't work. Or a husband and a boyfriend. While you're with your husband, you're going to be thinking about your boyfriend. While you're with your boyfriend, you're going to be thinking about your husband or your girlfriend, vice versa. You have to commit to a thing. You have to. So if you're thinking about investing money in multifamily, one, make the commitment. Even if you're going to be a passive investor. Passive investors think, hey, I'm going to take my money out of the bank where it's not growing and I'm going to invest it in multifamily. I'm not going to go try to do it myself. I just want passive income. You invest it with somebody like myself, Bell Capital. We'd love to help you or whatever. But you take your money, you commit it, but you're committing it in the multifamily property and you understand how your money is supposed to, one, multiply and then pay you while you wait. The example I showed you on this deal, if the 50 million, we got a double. We got more than a double, right? We got like a double and 1.27, but as a whole thing. But if you're hoping you're going to, hey, look, I think my money's going to double and I'm going to get paid to wait. Maybe I have a target of 5% a year on my money. That's good while you sit and wait in an asset that's constantly working for you while you focus on keeping your business going, raising your income, raising the revenue of your company, taking care of your family, taking care of yourself. Like, that's this game. But like, and I know I go through this, I get excited, but man, this isn't a real estate thing. This is about wealth and generating money for you and your family. If I could drill that home for anybody, I would stay in the pocket and fight for you, man, because I believe in you and your family. Sometimes more than people believe in them and their family. Like, you got to let this go. I told the guys, like, dude, in order for, when I started, I had to let certain things go. If you ask me what I did, I stopped doing certain. I was like, I'm not buying any more single family houses. I'm done. And I didn't. And then once I made the decision, a commitment, only thing that came to me was multifamily stuff. Like, for example, I went online to find, just to be like, hey, I just want to sew this up. I didn't show this guy this, but I'm going to show you guys to just find a deal. This deal is in Austin, Texas. So it's 8806 Redfield Lane. So it's real. It's not a fake property, real time. This property right here is an apartment building. This is 34 units for 2.999, basically $3 million. I don't know why they just didn't write $3 million on there, but it's in Austin. It says it's already been renovated and fixed up. Who cares? You don't have to fix it up. You can just, hey, I got 600 grand. I'm interested in buying a $3 million property. Call this broker, Gary Herbert. I bet you if you call Gary Herbert at Partners, he'll pick up the phone and answer. He's happy to do it. It's for sale. This is how you do this game, but you won't do this if you're not committed, right? You got to learn. hey, I already want to do this. I got some money. I'm going to sell my assets and I'm going to start learning the multifamily real estate game if you're going to do it yourself. If you're not going to do it yourself, hopefully you're like, dude, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to find the deal, fund the deal, manage the management company, manage the people, put a team together. I don't want to do all that. I just want to park my money, get a check, have somebody else do that, and still be an owner in the property as a partner, as an investor, and get the same benefits as ownership. That's real. That's the real game. The only people who really make a lot of money in real estate are passive investors while their capital grows and is protected and they get all the tax benefits of ownership. So I hope that helps. I will, I'm here for you. I am. I know I go through this a lot, which is why I wanted to do it in videos, but just as a recap, once you commit and you take a look at the assets, what do you have? Some of you guys have 100. Some of you guys have 50. Some of you guys have nothing. He asked me, like, how do you do no money down deals? I was like, dude, you don't. There's no such thing as a no money down deal. Even a promise to pay somebody in the future is still money. You still owe someone money. So it's not no money down. Maybe you didn't have to give them a bunch of money, or maybe it wasn't your money, but it's no different from if you have to raise money, that's still not no money down. You had to go get money from somewhere. And if you have an asset you can liquidate and sell because you're committed to getting to being a multifamily investor or investing money in multifamily for the benefits, that's it, man. That is it. So I hope this helped you how to get started investing in multifamily, or how do you turn 600 grand into $2 million, 2.4 million, $1.8 million. Just like that, you sell your stuff, you take your money and you go invest it into an asset that 600 grand buys you 1.8 to $2.4 million position in the real estate. So I hope that helps. Like this video, share this video, comment on the video. I appreciate it. We're growing our subscribers. I want to do more trainings for you guys. I appreciate it because I get to be myself. This camera's like going nuts, right? I appreciate talking to you guys because I get to be me. I'm a high intent. I'm an intense guy. Not all the time. If you just talk to me normal, I'm great. But I love helping. I want to help over 1,000 people over the next 18, 24 months get invested in real estate. I do. Take their money out of the banks, get invested in real estate that we're working on, because I owe you guys this. You owe it to your families. I believe in you and your family that you need to have your money invested in multifamily real estate that pays you and your family for generations to come. That's what we're doing here at Bell Capital. So go to bell-capital.com and you can either click get started, take a look at the investment opportunity we currently have, or what you got to be accredited to do, or you can hit schedule a call and we'll spend some time on the phone and answer your questions and go over your current situation. Oh, in the link, all the stuff I go over as it relates to multifamily investing. Can you guys see that? Pull it back some. Yeah, there. The white words kind of go away, but it's my real estate book, How to Create Wealth Through Investing in Apartment Buildings by Victor Bell. You can get it on Amazon or you can get it through me. The link is in there. You get a free digital version, a digital copy of the book. I want you to have it. I go over all of these things very specifically on what to do, how to do it, how to underwrite the deals, how to find the deals, where to look for a great deal. All of the vocabulary that you got to know, everything is right there. So if you're committed though, get the book. If you're committed to do this and you got money, you don't want to do the other stuff, go to the site and let's talk. I'm here for you. Or you want to do this yourself, man. This is the game. We're not in combat. I want to help you guys either do it with me or do it by yourself, but I'm here for you. So have a great day today.